Hi, I'm Neon Fiona,
And I'm Riley J. Dennis.
and we're at VidCon. I think coming out for me personally was a process. Like, you don't just come out once, essentially. So there was coming out to myself, which honestly I did pretty quickly in regards to things because I was just like, oh, I like a girl. Dope. And then coming out to the internet, I just dropped it in real casually.
But I say that I'm gay all the time because some days I'm just feeling super damn gay.
In a Q&A, and I didn't even clickbait it enough. And then coming out to people just every single day because they assume I'm straight because I'm very femme. And then I'm like, here's my fiance.
Coming out online for me was slow. Like, I didn't really have a big coming out. I was just kind of out as I was making stuff. But in my personal life, it's a lot of, coming out regularly, like as you just meet people. And coming out to myself was actually probably the hardest part. Just figuring out and being able to accept that for myself before having to tell other people. Because once I have to tell other people, it's like, it's just easy. I just say the thing, yeah. But coming out to myself was harder because it's like, I don't know. It's a lot to accept at that point about yourself. Coming out to myself mostly just taught me that it's better to be who I am and be honest about it than to kind of live a lie and hope that that makes my life easier in certain aspects. Like, even if I know that things are going to be harder, it's better for me to be living like that personally. And it's worth any negative things that would come from that because I want to be who I am.
Exciting, chill, and scary because it depends entirely who you're coming out to. Sometimes it's going to be super exciting when you're meeting some other queer people and you're like, hey, me too. And then other times it can be scary if it's someone that you definitely want in your life but you're not sure if they're going to accept you. And then other times it's just chill. Like, someone's like, I don't care, and you're like, dope.
I would say it's fun at times. It's difficult at times, but it's also just relief is the big one. You just feel like a weight has kind of been taken off of you.
Finding a community of fellow queer people can be really difficult, especially if you're in more like rural areas or places that aren't as accepting. Honestly, it's so cliche, but the internet is really great for that. I just follow a bunch of people on Instagram and Twitter and reply to them and hope they befriend me. And also just getting into queer spaces if they're in the area that you live in. There's nice queer cafes, there are queer bars, and just doing what you can to immerse yourself in those sorts of areas and hope you run into some pretty cool people you want to be friends with.
You nailed it. I have nothing to add to that.
If you're unsure about coming out, I think it's going to be so different in every single circumstance because sometimes you just want to be like, come out, live your true self, but that cannot be safe or it cannot just be the most welcoming environment for a lot of people. And so I think just coming out to yourself and understanding yourself is a really big step. And then don't feel like you need to come out in one big, like, tell everyone, the entire world in one go. Tell someone close to you who you trust. Let them, find someone who can be a safe space for you to do that with. And even if you're questioning your gender or your sexuality, just find someone who's safe that you can talk to about it. And then that will help you to ease into the rest of the world if that's even something you want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. The internet can feel very final. It can feel like if you say what you are, that's it, and you're done, and you're that representation, and that's the only thing. But people's experiences are a lot messier than that and a lot more difficult. And if you want to try out one label and maybe it doesn't work a little bit later, that's okay. And it's easier to try that stuff out in real life with your friends if they're accepting. But just work it out, see what feels comfortable for you. You don't have to identify the same way your whole life. So if you think you might be one way and then you're another way a few weeks later, that's okay. The stuff is messy and it can be tricky to figure out. You don't have to know right away. It's okay if it takes time and you flounder around a little bit. That's natural.